no steering, no drive shafts, old throttle body on the car. What went wrong? So, silly decisions. I've booked myself into a car show. The car is booked in to go to Modified Live at Snetterton at the beginning of August. And I haven't done a car show in, I think it's nearly 4 years with this car. So it's well overdue, but I have a habit of tearing it apart and it doesn't stay together that long. So I needed a target. So it's far enough away that I can get stuff done, close enough that I don't rip it apart again. So, running over things. Drive shafts. They are with Satchel Engineering, currently going through a few checks and hopefully being made. So, the car has no drive shafts. Steering. I've spent some time trying to find a way to extend the steering with the wide lower arms. I have failed at every hurdle, so I have nothing to fix the steering. I have no steering. The throttle body that I've been playing with, I'm having to remove again, because if I get the drive shafts and the steering and want to road test it, then I can't run it and with the throttle body until it's mapped. So the old throttle body's gone back on. So I'm not making any steps forward, I'm making steps backwards, but it's logical. And in the meantime, inside the car, I've been tinkering, playing, touching up the interior, not myself. I've been trying to keep myself busy, but it needs sorting. So let's have a look. So as I said, under the bonnet, the old throttle body is going back on, and airbox needs to go back in. Need to play around with that. Auxiliary belt's missing. Don't ask. In the arch. So drive shaft in the middle there is missing. Waiting on that to come back. Steering not connected because I need to get a joiner. Basically need something to go between point A and point B so that I can actually steer the car. That would come in quite handy when I'm trying to go out on the road. So, the steering. I needed new track rod ends because I'd hammered the shit out of the old ones, damaged them, so they were just needing anyway. But I did find that the track rod end is also used on a very sporty car, a Smart 42. So, with that in mind, little research, the Smart 42 is the same thread into the track rod end, and it's also a lot longer. That much longer. You can see that. Yeah, that much longer. So would work for extending the steering. So bought me a set of tie rods. Went to fit them. Fuck. One female on the car that bolts onto the steering rack, and the Smarts are male. Now, I'm not one to worry about gender too much. I know what I've got. I know what others have got, some people. But yeah, that's really not going to help me. So, back to the drawing board. What can we find that fits? So, the back of the car, yes, it is a bit of a tip at the minute because it's clearing out the benches in the workshop. However, rear door cards are back in, which is always nice. Makes it look a bit human. However, speaking of human, I have a visitor. Hello, Bud. Hello. How are you? Someone, unfortunately, is after sprats. Aren't you? Alright then, let's give you a sprat. Come on. We know what you want. You want fingers? You want fingers? Paw? Paw? Good boy. Hum, yum, yum. Hum, yum, yum. Anyway, back to the car, because you're just too gorgeous. So steering sorted. Drive shafts I'm waiting on. I would love to drive this car this week to an event, but I've got a car show coming up. Something I haven't done in a long time is start it. So let's give it a try. And I've adjusted the idle. So hopefully this should improve things. So after a quick start up, it's idling with no throttle pedal, which I couldn't do before. I never could. I've only opened the throttle about 2%, but it meant I could literally flick it on like I would a normal car and it would just idle. And it's a bit lumpy, but it's a lot easier than it used to be. We have shafts. So this being the smaller passenger one, and tucked down on the floor, a nice long driver's side one. And I really wish I had got some footage of assembling these, but I didn't, because I did it in such a rush, as I just want them to get them together, and now I get to come and try them, so fingers crossed they fit. So passenger side drive shaft in. Yes, there's no inner boot there, don't ask, it will go on. Main thing is testing the suspensions jacked up to the shortest length the drive shaft's going to be. The important thing is that it isn't too long and binding up on the inner joint, which if I give it a little play, I've got some movement. It's always nice to move the shaft. So this side I ordered slightly longer than the driver's side. I did have bum twitchiness that this side wasn't going to fit and was going to bind. However, I'm confident that's good, and that's a hell of a relief. So round to the driver's side. The driver's shaft in, and it's a lot longer in there. Boot come off on the inside. However, the one thing I'm round here to check is the play, and there is a lot more play in this side. You can, yeah. I probably could have ordered this side a bit longer as well. The main thing though is they fit. So, drive shafts, I can now final assembly, bolt them in, bolt suspension up, bolt the new wheels on. First time I have all four wheels on of the new set that I purchased a few years ago. Wheels on, drive shafts in, and then two real things I need before the car show: decals, stickers, and I am having a word with someone about those, and sort the throttle body, go and get it mapped, get it fitted, go and get it mapped, and yeah. And a final check over the car, make sure everything's hunky-dory, make sure it runs. I've just been knocking odd jobs off, so boring that no one wants to see. But this thing will leave the garage within the next week, if that. If I can get it out this week, even better. We shall see. But having the drive shafts here is a huge relief. It was a little while. I knew they were going to be a while, but they are here. They fit. I hate CV boot grease. It's shit. But it's on. It's done. Yeah. We're getting close again. It will see the road. Again, thank you for sticking around. Please like, comment, subscribe. I know videos are few and far between, but if I can get this thing out of here. Car show is in 3 weeks yesterday, so I don't have much time. It's Some projects, yes, they can spend a lot more time. No, mine, it's that back to other people. I've got to fit in with other people again, so I can't just plough into it and do it myself. I need to wait on other people. But it will see the road, and hopefully shortly it will see Snetterton. So anyway, thank you once again, and I'll catch you soon.